I want to welcome everybody to the 12th and last episode of the year of Unboxing Women. This show is all about exploring why women in business are often called such a bitch. We're here for some casual conversation, as usual, about the gender gap in the music industry, and we sometimes broaden our view to the underlying aspects of modern society. My name is Rexx, and with me is my friend Maika Rose. We are both independent recording artists and singers, singer-songwriters even, from Europe. This is a live stream on Facebook and Instagram, and we upload this podcast to YouTube every following Monday. So the last episode will be next Monday. Yes, this is our season finale, everybody. Can you believe it? I think, this was a lot of fun for us, and we have a couple of announcements for season 2. What have you learned from our first season doing this show, Maika?
That's a good question. I think I've learned mainly that there's... Well, firstly,
it's a hard
not
question.
a bad thing to go live. Like, it's you know how sometimes you're just kind of really like, oh my God, it's live. I can do something and everybody will see and I'll make a mistake and I'll fuck up. But it's basically, you don't care if you fuck up. You know, it happens. And apart from that, I mean, there's so much in this topic. It's just kind of, the more people reach out, the more, you kind of realize how many people are going through the same thing, and you kind of get a community, and that's really nice. So just kind of, that's it for me, really. What about you then?
Yes, I think also the going live part. Sometimes when you start off, it's a bit daunting and there's some technology involved, but it's really not all that bad. You just have to go for it and do it. So to everybody out there who's thinking of doing a project like this or anything else live, just go for it. Go and do it. You know, I mean, you can easily do it with your phone. You can go on Instagram Live or other platforms. It's really a lot of fun to connect live with people and have them there with you. That was a lot of fun. And I've also found that with all the topics that we've done, we can endlessly expand on them. And I think that's really fun, to think of things in a different way than, your initial reaction might be. Also, there have been a lot of topics that have turned out to be also kind of the same for us both, and maybe for other people as well. Because when we first started this, it was because of our discussion at Reeperbahn that, we had gone through the same things. And I think we've discussed a couple more of those during this season. And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's true. It definitely was a lot of fun. And I mean,
we're gonna continue.
We're gonna continue the fun next year.
Yes.
So we were going to talk today about Billie Eilish, weren't we?
Yes, we were. Yes, we were.
So I don't know. I think I'll start off a bit. So I think I just had a look at her new song, because that's basically why we were thinking about doing something about her. And it's interesting because her song has when you look at the lyrics, like the feel of it is another thing completely. But when you look at the lyrics, there's so many things you can interpret into that song. And I think she meant to leave it a little bit vague, but then again, that might just be me assuming, which the song is actually like, don't assume as well, which is, so every time somebody talks about this song, it's going to be super ironic because she's like, don't write articles about me. And you're just there like writing an article about her not wanting to write articles about you. So I think that's kind of a fun little masterpiece there in and of itself. But I mean, what did you think about the song?
Well, obviously, I've been a fan for a long time. I kind of like anything she does, and her brother Phineas, of course. He's a genius in the studio. And I've been looking her up a little bit more, and obviously I've been following her for a long time, but I just wanted to see when she started to, because she's only 18, when she started to really come into her own and realize that there is this message that she needs to, bring out into the world and actually put into her songs and, not only be a superstar and making music, but also use that for good, to change the world, to bring awareness and all of that. And so I first came aware of Billie Eilish in 2018. And I had the chance to see her live at South by Southwest in early 2019, just before her album came out. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. She's really great on stage, and she seems very, very nice. I'm sure she is. She's also funny and obviously outspoken. She was underage at the time, and so she was 17, and when a guy from the audience,
she's just barely 18 now, right?
Yeah, she just got to vote for the first time. That's insane. Yeah, she's really very, very she's been an adult for a long time, and anyway, when a guy from the audience shouted, "I love you, Billie," she replied with, "Dude, I'm 17." So yeah, the underage thing, it was very funny. I mean, she handled that very well, and she's been handling that kind of stuff. Yeah, that kind of stuff very well for a long time. I think she's very mature. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. She's been very mature for a very long time. And
it's interesting. Have you seen the Vanity Fair interviews?
The Vanity Fair. I don't remember if it was Vanity Fair, but I did see a few.
I think it's Vanity Fair because she did the last 4 years. She's done an interview with the same. Yeah,
I saw that.
It's so interesting to see how because I didn't see the first one. I started watching these when the second one came out.
Okay,
and I was like, oh my god, this girl seems super depressed. Like it was insane. Which
she was.
Yeah, I mean it's not funny. But it was. Yeah, it was so interesting to see how she was dealing with stuff, and she was being still very open about it, and just openly going through kind of like all the childhood, what do you call them, child stars from Disney and stuff.
Yeah,
because they have their life put in a spotlight, and it's very hard to go through puberty in general on your own, and then try going through it with a career and people looking at you and judging everything you do. So I don't know. I would really like to bring this back to the song for a little bit, because I don't know. Have you listened to it recently? Therefore I Am.
Yes, I have. Yes, the one where she's in the mall.
Yeah, exactly. So the video is just I think shot on an iPhone or something.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing, like just showing people, oh, we can just do this. Yeah. I don't know if it would work for anybody else, but
well,
yeah,
I don't know. I think it is. It is probably. I don't think it's the cheapest one. I think it might be the Pro, with all the cameras, etc. But I have I have to look at this one here. So yeah, I have one with, it's not the Pro, but it's the 11. And I was thinking, well, maybe, we should give it a try to do a music video that way. But like you said, with starting off doing live shows and things like that, it's always daunting to say, okay, will this work? And, am I wasting my time? Will this backfire? So I don't know. I don't really know if I would want to do one with an iPhone.
Yeah. That's a little bit of like getting lost in your own thought process, though.
Well, I'm just wondering how much post there has been done on this, because it's all very well to say, this was shot with an iPhone.
Yeah, no, I looked. Yeah, go ahead.
But so Selena Gomez also shot one of her last videos. Look at Her Now is also shot with the last iPhone, so that was the 11 at the time. And it's all great, but I mean, what do you do with the footage? So you shoot it, you upload it into your Premiere Pro or After Effects or whatever you're going to use for editing and stuff. And you put a stabilizer on it there, etc., etc. So I don't think that you can actually shoot the video and have the video like done on your iPhone. I think you should use some editing software afterwards still. You know.
Well, yes, but I do think they did that too, because when you look at it, like they didn't edit it super cleanly, which was probably also part of the style, but like when you look at it with the elevator cut and stuff, that's timed perfectly to the music, which then means that beforehand some of the lyrics are definitely, like, her mouth movements are not on the lyrics completely, which usually for a music video is a total no-go, but because this is supposed to be rough and kind of uncut and whatever, and it's Billie Eilish, so she's kind of known for also not giving a damn sometimes, and especially this song is like, you know, what she say, I don't care what you think, or something like that. It's I don't remember, but there's a lot of like kind of, you know, this is not worth my energy and time, you're not worth my energy and time. So I think it goes with the concept.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, it does. And I also think that obviously of all the takes that they did, that was the best one. And I think that they were there the whole night practicing.
Oh yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I pulled up the lyrics here. She says, I'm not your friend or anything. Damn, you think that you're the man. I think, therefore I am. I'm not your friend or anything. Damn, you think that you're the man. I think, therefore I am. And then obviously she says, stop. What the hell are you talking about? Get my pretty name out of your mouth. So that's exactly what you were saying, you know, just stop talking about me. You know, you don't have the right to talk. So don't talk about me like how you might know how I feel. So don't decide for me how I feel. I also have a page open here that, you know, gives us the meaning of the lyrics, but I think it would be good for everybody who's interested, to go and check it out, because she has obviously done interviews. They're not, you know.
Oh, that's interesting. See, I didn't see those interviews. I just kind of looked at the lyrics and was like, okay, well, I think, therefore I am. That's René Descartes.
Yeah.
Right. So it's cogito ergo sum. Sorry, I don't know why I rolled my R there. Because it's Latin.
Ergos.
Yeah, ergo. Probably because Italian brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's cogito ergo sum, and sometimes dubito ergo sum. So it's like, I doubt, therefore I think, therefore I am.
Yeah.
Which it's interesting, because is this I made a connection that might not be true, but this is what my interpretation of this was, because she says, you know, you think you're the man, and then there's some lyric about was it? I don't really. I got the feeling that there was someone who's trying to leech off of her fame and kind of make himself seem, or herself seem like they're all that, or they think that they're all that, and trying to elevate themselves by being seen with her or being associated with her, and her saying, I don't think I caught your name at the end is like, no, you're not all that, like, and because she says, I think, therefore I am, and if she says, you think that you're the man, it means they don't doubt themselves.
Exactly.
Meaning they don't think, meaning they're not.
Yes, exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. It says here, Billy clearly does not feel this man is what he believes himself to be, and in the subsequent verses seemingly points out how he is faking a relationship with her. So, I mean, is this with the press? Is this people bad-mouthing her? Because, you know, she kind of, the man is that one person. I don't think she's talking about one person. I think she's talking about society, basically, and the patriarchy. So yeah, I think that's basically it. So
yeah, I think it's interesting because, like, when you say, like, I don't know if it came across properly, but when you say, you know, you think that you're the man, and then that means you think very highly of yourself and you don't doubt yourself. And if you think that it's dubito ergo cogito ergo sum, and if you don't doubt, then you don't think, and then you're not real,
And then you are not. Yeah.
basically. And then she says, but I think, therefore I am, because I doubt myself. I'm a human being.
Yeah.
So I think that might be something that came into, I don't know, maybe that's just me.
Well, no, absolutely. It is coming back to, that we are human, basically, and that we're all different, and that we should also embrace those differences. And that's what, always comes back in her message. She, looking more closely, she has always stood against body shaming and takes a stance on it that is directly opposite of what her generation basically grew up with, which is perfect pictures and portrayal of life on social media. Everything is perfect, everything is filtered, everything is face tuned. And so she completely, she opposes that because, obviously, So she used also her tour of her album last year to bring this message to her fans and to the world with an interlude video of her undressing while being lowered into a black liquid. I don't know if you saw this. She said, and I quote during the video, there was this voiceover, and she says, "If what I wear is comfortable, I'm not a woman. But if I shed the layers, I'm a slut. Though you've never seen my body, you still judge me for it. Why?"
Wow.
Yeah, and I think this does not only tackle body shaming, but also double standards that society has for girls and women.
Yeah, definitely. That's crazy. And so true. Coming back to when you said, nothing's real, and like the Instagram and like making everything seem like an ideal. Actually, in the song, she says your world is an ideal.
Yep.
Right, and that it's not real. So that's interesting. That's I think there's a lot going on in this song that I think only Billie can really unpack. But that the thing you just said about her going into a vat of dark liquid and stuff, that those words are powerful. Like, I think she has a real sense of clarity about moral rights and wrongs that are apart from society's kind of standards.
Yeah, it was very well done as well. So she's undressing, but you can't really see anything, because the moment she pulls off the tank top and is actually in her bra, that's when the liquid comes to the bra, and so you can't really see it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's a very, very deep message, I think. And recently she was actually photographed in the summer in a tank top heading to her brother's house, like a basic tight tank top, as they all are, and the big headline read, "Billie has put on weight," and stuff, but she hasn't. She's always been exactly like this in the last couple of years, obviously, because when you're a child you're different, but this is her body. But nobody's ever seen it because she always wears baggy clothes. So all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, she gained weight. But, not all. What does this mean? Is she all of a sudden not a great artist anymore because she has a bigger size than we all had imagined? So
it's really interesting, because she said in the interview, so it came out, I think, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of days ago, I don't remember, but she said in it that she addressed that as well, and she was like, I've always been this, you just haven't seen it, and it's like, what does it say about me anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's so interesting. I think, how we discussed Sam Smith and his losing weight and gaining weight? So interestingly enough, with Sam Smith, when he lost weight, it wasn't a huge kind of deal. Like with Adele losing weight is a huge deal. They're like, oh my God, her voice is different. Will she still be able to sing the same way because she's not a big girl anymore and won't have the same power? And you're just there like,
that has nothing to do with it.
Has nothing to do with your voice. Like, seriously. and like with Sam Smith, that was never an issue that went through people's heads.
But
when he gains back weight, he still gets flack for it. because they're like, oh, he's gaining back weight again. And I don't know why, like, yes, obviously too much weight gain is unhealthy, but everybody cycles through like different phases. Like, it depends on how much you do, how much sport you're doing. Like, when he was touring, he was probably doing like, I don't know if he was drinking all night. I don't know if that was
It's
his
very
style.
stressy. No, I
It's
don't think so.
stressful, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, we had another episode with Sam Smith, indeed. Yeah, that it all came down to weight. Actually, for the people who want to watch it back, I'll put the link to that episode in the show notes, and the link, obviously, to the Sam Smith interview is also there.
It was a really good interview.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting. Thanks for sending that to me, Maika. By the way, it was really good. But Billie Eilish, I mean, to come back to Therefore I Am, she said in an interview once, and this is before the tank top picture, nobody can have an opinion because they haven't seen what's underneath, because I wear baggy clothes, so you can't see it. But that's not really true, is it? I mean, a lot of people, and certainly men, had an opinion from the beginning, or maybe a dream, of what it might be. And when the reality doesn't fit with that, all hell breaks loose. So it's not because you don't show it that people don't have an opinion. And that's the whole issue here with our society. And her saying nobody can have an opinion. Well, that's an ideal as well. Nobody can have an opinion because they haven't seen it. Well, obviously they all have an opinion, and that's also what she's saying in Therefore I Am.
Yeah, I think that her saying nobody can have an opinion because they haven't seen it is a little bit the naivete of being young.
It was
in a way.
It was a while ago, so I think she caught up with that, and now with Therefore I Am actually did address the issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting because, like, obviously she has a very like I guess carved face or whatever. She doesn't have, like, I have a round face. If
she doesn't have a round face.
I would look fat. She wears baggy clothes. You can think she looks fat, but she doesn't actually look fat.
No, she doesn't at all.
Yeah.
And her legs and her arms are actually quite skinny, if you ask me. But I mean, I've always known that she wasn't like a super mega skinny person underneath the t-shirt because of the size of her boobs. Even when she wears the t-shirt, up to the neck. I knew because I have boobs too, and I know how that works and how the sizing goes. And because I have also gone through, cycles of being a little more, round and not round and round again. And like everybody, like every woman, I guess. But I think she's awesome. And unless she says something awful in the future or does something that, she could never take back, my opinion of her will not change, and certainly not because of whatever size she's wearing, or if she's showing her true form or not. That doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. And yeah, I know that we keep saying this, but that's not how society works, does it?
This is the thing, though, that like your size, your body, your face, your hair, your appearance, your clothing style, whatever you choose to do, it does not in any slightest way, shape, or form affect who you are.
Yeah.
Because who you are is from the inside.
Yeah.
Who you are is your doubts, your thoughts, and that's why you are.
Yeah, right? Exactly. And how you are with people and the world. Yes, exactly.
And that's who you are. It's not the thing looking back at you in the mirror. That's just, I guess, your vessel.
Yes, your vessel. That's a nice word.
I just want to say that for people who might be, might not feel like they can do specific things because of their body, or that they feel bad in their body. Anybody who is worth a damn, they will treat you with love and respect because you're a nice person.
Yeah.
if you're a shit person, then
Yeah, then it doesn't matter if you're fat or skinny either.
joke's
You're a
on
shit
you.
person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like so many people are super attractive and are just absolute dickheads.
Yes.
So
exactly. And that's probably because they are super attractive. You see?
it can be. It's not always, but it can
Not
be.
always,
Yeah.
but
So it's just don't stop yourself from doing something just because you can't, because of how you think you look, because how you perceive yourself is very different to how other people perceive yourself.
that's true. And that's the hard part, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm as frustrated about it as she is, that it's all about all these factors that you really don't have any control over as a person, unless obviously, like you said, it's unhealthy and you have to, lose weight or gain weight even for your health. But my question is this coming from the patriarchy, and are men creating this way of reacting to bodies, or are there women doing that too? But then I answer my own question by saying probably a lot of women might do that too, but is that because they are influenced by the patriarchy and think of it with the standards that men have put in our heads? Or because I don't think we would do that naturally.
I think there's an argument to both sides, because I think, for one, women tend to critique other women's bodies more heavily than men do a lot of the time.
Okay.
They will use harsher language if they are the type of women that do that. Like, there are obviously the type of women who are like, no, that's crap and that's body shaming and that's stupid.
Yeah.
But like just about 10 years ago, when I was a teenager, people were really
Bitches?
really mean. Yeah, bitches be crazy. They were really mean.
Yeah.
And
Women
guys
can
would
be very
still
mean.
suck as well, but that's because they were teenage guys. I don't really have a lot of, like, I've heard it in the past, like people calling me fat or something, even though, I mean, I'm not fat.
You're not fat.
Yeah. So it's just, I think women, a specific type of woman does this still a lot, but I think in general it's all because of how we want to be seen. You want to make yourself seem better than other people.
I think it's jealousy, and I think it's also competition for men. And certainly when all of this starts, this is, like you're saying, women can be evil. And certainly, women are horrible sometimes. But the more... I think this is just created in puberty, when all of this stuff starts, and competition for men starts as well.
So insecure. Yeah.
Yes, you're insecure. Competition for men starts with, like we said last episode, all the cycle, your uterus cycle, yay, and all of that. And I think because there are these standards that we have set for ourselves in magazines and all of this. So, I mean, the patriarchy, basically. Women tend to take that onto themselves and like, oh my God, did you see her? She's so fat, because the person saying that wants to feel better about herself. And in the eye of the men around her, she needs to obviously, because this is competition now, we're out here to get some men.
Yeah, it still comes back to the male gaze, basically.
Yeah, in the fashion industry and
yeah, not necessarily that, but yeah, like just the male gaze. So like when you say women will try to make other people look bad so that they themselves look better, it's still to look better for men.
Yes.
Which is it's such a weird thing. Does that come through society, or does that come through like evolution to kind of be like, oh, but I need a man, so I need to, I don't know. It's weird.
I think this is I think this is definitely somewhere in the unconscious mind, and and our base instincts. I think that definitely something like that is coming out, like, wanting to be better than the other woman because men are coming into the picture. But I don't think that it was the same level of trying to be perfect and all of that things like maybe 500 years ago. I think it was probably completely different because we didn't have all these tools and the world wasn't as small as it is now, and you were just in contact with a lot less people. But I'm sure that in little towns back then, girls made other girls, teenagers, miserable too, because one was a bit, different than the other. Maybe it wasn't about fat and skinny then. Maybe it was about scars or, born with a shorter arm or something, because back in the day, that was obviously stuff that happened more. So I'm pretty sure it happened, but just with other standards. And yeah, it's a base instinct, but I think it is amplified by how we all want to, follow that ideal, because all these magazines put all these perfect women, Facetune and Photoshopped obviously, in front of men, and we're like, yeah, but we want that guy, so we have to look like her because he's looking at that magazine, and so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bit unfair, but that's the way it is.
Well, I think it's also because people are taught in society a lot of the times that you can't succeed unless you look like this specific person.
Oh yeah.
Which is also an interesting concept because it has nothing to do with the way you look.
No.
Although actually there are studies that have proven that people who are perceived as more handsome or pretty get better grades more easily just because they're handsome or pretty.
Wow.
Which is so weird, but yeah. So long kind of detour. But I think it's coming to a close. I think we have to end our last episode for the year.
I think we still have to address the antlers, Maika, because Lawrence here on Facebook says, nice antlers, Maika.
Oh, thank you, Lawrence. Yes, so these antlers are actually, I don't know if you can hear them ringing.
Yes.
Awesome. So we've got that for the podcast. They're actually a gift from a friend of mine. I used to do city tours, and around Christmas time, I would put these antlers on to be slightly festive.
Oh, wow. That's so cute.
Yeah. And they're really cute. I like them.
Yes, they are very cute.
I thought I'd be a little bit Christmassy for you guys, I mean.
Yes, Christmas is coming. And then I saw Maika, donning her antlers, and I thought, I can't stay behind. So I put on my Shrek ears because that's what I have in my closet.
Super Christmassy. Yes.
It's very
but they did do a Christmas special.
They did a Christmas special.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's all for today, and thank you all for tuning into our final episode of Unboxing Women for this year. We've really had a great time connecting with all of you, and we're so looking forward to season 2. We've got a lot of things going on. We're planning to bring on more guests in the new season, so definitely keep a lookout. We're moving to all the podcast platforms.
Yes.
Soon, so we'll let you know when that happens. And we're actually changing it up next year. We're not going to be streaming on Facebook and Instagram anymore. It's going to go to YouTube. Yeah. So as always, be sure to connect with us in the socials. Just drop us a message. If you've had any experience with the hashtag such a bitch, just this looks so Christian.
No, I was pointing to the...
No, I know, but I was doing this and it's like that one.
What?
Right. Anyway, for those of you in the podcast, just...
Never mind us.
Never mind. It's just like, maybe watch the video. So anyway, join the movement. Let's make some changes around here. And don't forget to support your local artist, your favorite artist, whatever artist, through, merch or donations or whatever, especially around the Christmas times. I'm sure it would be appreciated.
Absolutely.
My name is Maika Rose, and I've been chatting with Dana Rexx. This is a bi-weekly show, and we will be back for you all on the 7th of January, same time, not the same place though.
Not the same place. Yes, we want to wish you all a great new year, and let's hope we will have Corona under control soon so we can all get out of the house again in 2021.
All right, well, thanks again for listening, and we'll see you soon. Bye.